you know how to do your own art, but you cannot teach someone how have you come up with that art. In fact, the CMO of Facebook, Alex, is a nuclear physicist. Anything that evokes a certain emotion to take an action is content. Simple. That's it. So
Right.
if you have put a book there which says content playbook, that triggers an emotion of curiosity. What the hell is it doing there? This is curiosity. Action is me asking you, what is that?
Right.
Reaction is you telling me, what is that? So
Right.
this solved, let's say, consideration window or whatever. Let's say if there was a funny Spider-Man there, and if I take a picture, the person who kept the Spider-Man there thought that, okay, this person will take a picture and will share it. So it triggered an emotion and hence it evoked an action, and that action was for that content. So nothing is random, I feel. Nothing is random. If IKEA has designed the store, and if the store manager thought कि okay मैं यहाँ पे एक copy लिख देता हूँ because the person might be thinking to go in this direction, but I will just trigger to this direction and hence my sale of this direction will increase, was for the content. So it's a big TAM once you start looking from that window. And once you have that bigger TAM, imagine world's top behavioral scientist in under one roof, solving just all form of content, and you can build a large agency out of it.
This is what Facebook also did with their growth rule, right?
Exactly.
Facebook actually, I did this research from when you mentioned it. They brought in physicists and they brought in like extreme subject matter experts. So they were like physicists and rocket scientists.
In fact, the CMO of Facebook, Alex, is a nuclear physicist.
Yeah.
He's not a marketer or a PhD.
So they have deep domain expertise of not just of like marketing as a whole is a very broad concept, right?
Correct.
But the idea is that, again, we talked about this thing in a previous episode called bear on a bicycle, right? So if you have skill A, it's great, right? You have skill A, you're competing with everyone that has skill A. You have skill B, it's great. You're competing with everyone that has skill B. But if you stack two skills together that are counterintuitive, you just compete with such a small market because there's no one else to compete with you, right? That's why we were also saying that content as a skill, right, of being able to make videos, think, all of the things that we are doing should not be in and of itself a career. It should be something that you're stacking on top of an existing career. Imagine a management consultant or a McKinsey person or whoever else also knowing how to build a distribution for like 1 million subscribers. That would be extremely valuable, right?
Just to continue, like, why did they have somebody like a nuclear physicist in the team for a CMO?
So, okay, it's not just Alex. There's a guy called Chamath or whatever.
Yeah, he was the one that
spelling
started.
is.
He's the guy that is one of the 4 people in All In podcast.
He's the first growth marketer also. And he was an ex-finance guy, if I'm not wrong. I'm not sure. He invented this tagging feature where you can tag people. So the concept that Facebook folks tell you is marketers. So people who are from arts background, they will think of a certain way. People who are from physics background, they will think of a certain way. People who are from evolutionary biology or psychology or whatever will think in a certain way. And we need deep domain experts of that particular area to transfer their skills into this particular area so that they can adapt and do a certain thing. And I think I relate to that because, again, like my training, I would say, was in music, then did performance marketing, and I applied performance marketing concepts and data science concepts in YouTube, and I was like, okay, this makes sense. And then right now, I think in my life, I'm like, everything makes sense. The skill is, and not everyone can make sense. So the beauty is, I think serendipity is not unnatural or random. You have to be, so what is that word? I don't know, serendipitous or whatever that word is, to make serendipity happen.
Right.
There's a blueprint to life.
There is a blueprint to life.
You just need to have the eye to see it.
Correct.
Hard relate. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Otherwise, nothing happens for random, I feel.
Yeah, I had heard this one quote. I forget who said this, but he was like, "You never get a great opportunity. You're just ready for that opportunity before it comes."
True.
And that's how serendipity happens.
100%. So you can be a great YouTuber, and I have met the biggest YouTubers of India who are not able to transfer that into, okay, so they have figured out a way to scale their channel. Like So ask yourself sometimes, do you think biggest YouTubers of India can open a YouTube agency and can build a large business like a YouTube agency builds? And your answer will be no. A lot of people have tried and they have failed. The reason is, there's a fun concept. It's the analogy is like an artist. So you know how to do your own art, but you cannot teach someone how have you come up with that art, and those are two different skill sets, and hence you cannot teach someone. You can't build an SOP out of it, and the problem is all artists are bad organizers because they're random.
Yeah.
And hence, and you can't build a business being a random person. So there are very few people.
As you're saying this, I can clearly connect the dots on this theme that keeps recurring when I talk to you, right? It's this idea that at the end of the day, regardless of what you are doing, I believe in this.